Right, what's that? It's that time again, it's story time, right? We've had a bit of a development on this, get on this. The other day I stuck a video up about that Andrew Lawrence, didn't I? And he should have seen all like his little fan base and all that, all like, they all descended on me in a state of apoplexy. They all just started like coming on the channel like, Scouse accents and your dialect is horrible and oh, do us a favour, leg it. So I legged the videos because YouTube started going at me as well, and they give me a warning for it or a strike or something like that. So I put it to the review, and it's come back sounds, everything's been removed, right? But what they've done then is they've green lighted loads of my other videos, so they must have went through my channel, because loads of the videos that were red lighted with warnings and all of them are now green lighted. So so it's worked out better. So nice one, right? So here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to take you back down memory lane right now. This one's going to be funny to all the Scousers and all of the Scottish lads on our channel, right? Because you know we've got a bond, don't you? So Glasgow and Scousers, I call them Scouse-wegians, yeah, because they're just the same as us, and, you know, everywhere I go, if you're there, a Scottish lad, like, Scouse, like, yeah, you just get on like a house on fire. Same with the Irish as well, do you know what I mean? And even the Welsh and that, it's just like some parts of England, well, down south, that don't like us, innit, but down south's gone, isn't it? It's not even down south no more, is it? That's like just another country down there, innit? So, you know, usually come back to us in the end, help, 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 Scousers, help, 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 help. And you know what, we'll still help you, yeah? Because, you know, you are getting taken over, aren't you? Literally faster than anything. So when you all get pushed out and you've got nowhere to go and you're roaming the streets like nomads, yeah, you're welcome here, yeah, all right. All you Londoners who hate Scouts and all that, I don't know why you hate us, but, you know, all this channel hates me anyway. So you're all welcome to come up and we'll help you, all right? Because you're going to need us one day, yeah. So you've got to think about it. Instead of fighting with ourselves, we need to stick together, don't we? At this time of crisis, which it is a time of crisis, yeah. So all these like, well, I hate Scousers and yeah. Listen to me. Who would you rather have standing next to you in a war? Scousers. Don't care what you say. Yeah, don't care what you say. Yeah. There's hard people everywhere. There's firms everywhere. But you know, if I was going to war, I'm not saying we are going to war, but if I was going to war, I'd feel most comfortable with a big, famous Scousers with me. Yeah, you just know that. So, you know, don't be horrible. Stop being horrible. I've took the video down, not because I care, but because all his fans were saying, you know, it was only a joke, can't take a joke. Hang on a minute, you can't take a joke. So it's okay for him to say what he wants, but then when I absolutely roast the kid, I can't take a joke. You're the ones that can't take a joke. You're the ones who are all fuming on me. Unless someone said, unless it was your actual family that was in the tragedy, why would you even comment on Andrew Lawrence? Here's why, because he called all of Liverpool out, that's why. Yeah, now, only the fact it's lowering the tone of my channel, yeah, with all little mushrooms coming everywhere. Yeah, no, gibbet, yeah. You know, you're just supporting a comedian, but then when I say something comical, that's not allowed, that's not funny. Why? So a comedian can't get roasted. Listen, I'll tell you now, and I said this to everyone on my channel, if that Andrew Lawrence seen my video, he'd laugh. He'd laugh, because he's a comedian. He'd laugh, yeah. So why aren't all supporters? Gibbet anyway, boring me, right? So anyway, that's enough of that now. This is a story, this, right now. Only one part's been on the channel. The other part was red lighted. So I've put it together, because it was one, this was all in one day. But I was never able to like put it together, because at first it was originally together, and when he uploads it, YouTube just said no. So then he had to break it down, edit it and all that, yeah, and then, you know what I mean? So now they've green lighted it, so I'm gonna, it's a funny one, this. So if you're Scottish, yeah, shout to all the Scottish people, yeah. And if you're a Scouser and you've done the road trip to Glasgow, you know exactly what I'm on about here, yeah. So let's get into it, yeah. This new firm are coming up here, and like, the problem is, like, the sounds, I know them, but like, I'm not looking on having it with them, because the sounds, whoever they bring up, might be mingies, and if they start with a smack them, but I'm not looking on it, lads, because I'm sound with them, lad, and like, the sound, lad, we can work with them, we can do things and that. So here's what happens, yeah. This firm's come up from Anfield, and like, they've been like half, I don't know, like at first we never heard a peep out of them. But then as like the days and weeks were going on, they started getting a little bit lively and that. Do you know what I mean? So they phoned me up one day, I'm just sitting there, just minding my own business, yeah, as I do. And he said, listen, lad. And he said, whoa. So I'm thinking, how are you starting that off with, listen, lad? So I'm like, lad, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? But you listen, lad. I said, you little shit. I said, who are you talking to, lad? And he went, oh, no, proper flaps off. Seen that his ass is going straight away. And I've been like, I said, I know who you're working with, lad, they're my mates. I said, so what are you phoning me for? And he went, well, I don't reckon there's enough room for two. I said, well, Sam, I said, well, here's what's going to happen, and you're going to fuck off, lad. He said, no, I don't mean that. He said, I mean, us two are sound. And I'm thinking, who the fuck does he think he's talking to? But there's a new firm coming up from Kirby. So I'm just thinking, do you know what, two is sound, yeah, because I know them, and I know who he works with, so that is sound. But if other firms are coming up, then it's not going to be sound because there's not enough to feed. So I said, all right, sound, lad. So I've legged him because he's only a mini. So I phoned my mate and told him, I said, you do, like, whatever, see what you can find out for me, basically. So a little day or two goes past, he phones me up, he says, lad, them kids who are coming up, they're coming up tomorrow. And I'm on them, the sound, they're with such and such. So I'm like, oh, go on, sounding, lad, sound, okay, sweet, yeah. So I'm thinking, this is shit for me because I know all of them. I know them and I know them and I know them, and what am I supposed to do? I'm not starting to fucking do all little mingy kids and all that, do you know what I mean? So phones the lads from Kirby, and I'm like, what's happening there? They're like, what's happening, lads? I'm like, I said, listen, I said, they're from Anfield, the sound. They're mates who, like, I know they're mates in the sound now. I can't be arsed with it, lad, and I can't be arsed with using you, do you know what I mean? Because it'll go heavy, lad. And he's like, all right, sound, yeah, we'll just send a shockwave through them. And I'm thinking, no way. Next day, swear to God, I'm in the cafe, me and my mate in the cafe, and I'm telling them, like, lads, I don't know what the fuck's going to go down, but something's going to go down, it's going to be hilarious, but I don't know, lad. So he's just like, what are you on about, lad? Next thing, my mate phones me up, the one from Anfield phones me up, and he's like, be careful, be careful, the Kirby lads have come, they just rammed the car through. He's been sitting on a moped outside the petrol station, and this Kirby firm straight up have just rolled into the area and just rammed him through the petrol station wall. So I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm like, So I'm like, yeah, we'll be careful, mate, don't worry about it. You're best going home, you know. Puts the phone down and phones the Kirby. I'm like, lad, what the fuck? And he's just laughing at us. He's like, lad, there's only room for two. I was like, lad, sound. And then that's just how it rolled. The Anfield firm was just like, lad, I said, lad, it's nothing to do with me, lad, I don't care, lad. I said, but I'll be honest with you, lad, you're probably best just moving on, because these aren't like mingies, they're up for it, lad. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you aren't, but you know what I mean, like, these are like proper up for it. And they're just like, sad, never seen them again, so the ends up just only being us and them up there. So gets off, goes home, yeah, seems to get on my phone, just blowing up, but it's me Percy. So I'm thinking, what's he wants? Because he's my mate, but he always like, drag you into stuff, do you know what I mean? Not like dragging you in a badly, but just like, lad, get me. So I said, what are you doing? He said, lad, do you want to come to Rhodes with me? I said, where? He's like, Glasgow. I said, what for? So he told me about this fair and all, and I'm like, I said, what way? He's like, trips. I said, how many? He's like, 10,000. I'm like, So I said, come out then, yeah. I said, what are we going in? He said, we're going to take one of the stingers. So I'm like, lads, you can't take a stinger to Glasgow, it's bang on. He's like, I know, but if we get nicked, we can bail it. Which does make sense, but then you're just in the middle of fucking nowhere on foot, do you know what I mean? So if you're in the middle of nowhere on foot, in the middle of Glasgow, and you don't know where you're at, you're just wandering around like a fucking headless chicken, and you're all split up, just waiting to get mopped up by plods. So anyway, we never got nicked, so don't worry about that, that's not what happened. But here's the story, it is funny, but it's not, it's weird. It's got a weird twist to it, right? And it was the first time I ever had a trip in my life, and the last time, and I didn't even eat it voluntarily neither. Fuck me, get on this, yeah. So, comes to get me, we get in the car. Now, I'm in the Pazzy, but he says to me, let's go and get me mate, he's coming with us. So I'm thinking, why lad? Do you know what I mean? But anyway, but he goes and gets his mate, and I'm already on his mate, but I knew him, but I didn't know him, do you know what I mean? But I'm like, what's happening, lad? He's like, fuck, what are you doing here, lad? I said, lad, he's my mate. He's like, that's mad, that, you know, just like one of them little mad encounters, like weird. So everyone's happy, it's all sweet and that. Normal, no one's drinking, no one's doing nothing, like, apart from that, nothing that you shouldn't be doing in the car. So we get there, it took about about 3 hours or 3.5 hours, something like that. We were fucking flying. Not too much though on the way there because we had everything with us. So we get to where we're going, see these kids. The kids who we went to see are still my mates now to this day. Do you know what I mean? And I don't even speak to the other lads no more. Not that I don't speak to them, I've just fell out of contact with them. So it's years later, but they're still my mates up there. And you know what I mean? So we get rid. So now on the way back, we're still bang on because we're in a ringer. Yeah. Now if we would have took a proper car, it would have been over. It would have been sound. That's it. Once you've got rid of what you're getting, that's it. Do you know what I mean? We've got the job of flying. But now we've got to get back in a ringer and try and get back to Liverpool. It's about 11 o'clock in the night, so it's going to take about 3 hours or something to get home. So we know quite well driving from Scotland to Liverpool at Bells is proper bang on, yeah. So we're flying down. I said to him, lads, I had my phone, but my phone had no credit on because it was back in the day when like, you just had burners with credit on them and all that. So I was arguing with some birds who I was with at the time. So I said to him, mate, stop at this phone box here a minute, right? So goes the phone box, ends up just having murder. He's like, your phone's off. I'm like, I've got no credit, can't phone, all that, whatever. So blends it, and then there's a chippy like by the phone box. What was just closing, it was starting to close, and I thought I'm fucking starving. So runs back to the car and says, "Do you just want anything?" The chippy like, "Nah, we're sound," and I'm like, "Sound, I'm getting something." So he only flies in, gets a chip arm with 2 sausages. Yeah, sorry, I've got that the wrong way round. Here's what happens: I went the chippy first, and then went the phone box. So when I've been the chippy first, I've got 2 sausages and a chip arm. Gone back to the car. Seen a missed call on my phone, about 10 missed calls off here, and I've thought I'll have to phone. So I've put my chips, still in the wrapper but opened, on the dash, yeah, and goes the phone box. So I'm on the phone, having made whatever, comes back, thinks absolutely nothing of it, and starts eating my scran, yeah. Oh, mate. About 20 minutes later, I'm just like starting to yawn and all that, and I'm thinking, right, what's that here? Mate, I just felt off me fucking barney. So I've thought, you little rats, I've turned round. I've been like, lads, have you spiked me? So they both burst out laughing. And I'm like, you fucking rat, what have you spiked me with? They're like, only 2. I'm like, lad, I've never had a trip in my life. So they hit me with two trips, double dipped, called brain damage, with fucking Sylvester the cat on it. So I'm like, I said, yeah, stop the car now. I was half fuming. I said, how many have you got left? He's like, we've got about 30 there. I said, sounds like you're eating 2, and you're eating 2. And they're like, what? I'm like, lad, you've just spiked me, you're eating 2, and you're eating 2 now, and that's the end of it. So they're like, lad, I'm driving. I said, lad, I'm not asked. I said, you're eating 2 trips now. So I've sort of started like, not losing my head, but you can see that like I'm not happy about it. So they're just like, go on, sounds. So he's at 2 and he's at 2. So soon as we pull out of where he was, yeah, this busy car goes past and just stops in the middle of the road, reverses back. This fella jumps out, right, this busy, but round, like, I don't know if you've ever had a trip or not, but you laugh, you just laugh at anything. So I'm just thinking, so my head's gone, I didn't know what was to expect, I'd never had one before, I was fucking slipping me box off. This busy comes over, my mate puts the window down, and the busy goes to me, puts his head in the window, looks at me, looks at me mate, looks at the door in the back, and goes, what have we got here? So he said, alright mate, he went, ooh, scousers, what are you, burglars? Mate, and just puts his head in the window and says, burglars. I've just fucking burst out laughing, my mate's burst out laughing. My mate who's driving is just trying to blend it but can't blend it. We're fucking crying, like proper crying out and laughing our heads off. And the busy was like, he was half sound. It was weird. He didn't even blow the car through. He was just like proper sound. And I don't know what it was. This was before you could get swabbed and all that. This was like before you could get your car took off you. Before it was all fucking automated. And do you know what I mean? So because it's Bells, I don't know what the fuck. I think they've been looking for someone else, whatever. And he was coming across us. So he's let us go. We're in a ringer. We've still got slips on us. All 3 of us are flying. And we've just like blended it. It's mad. So as we're driving away, I'm just like, ow. So we mate's like, fuck that, let's go. So we've got off, yeah. So we're flying down this side street, down this like country lane sort of thing. We've sort of like lost where we're going. Next thing, this fella comes out of nowhere, just standing in the middle of the road, yeah. So my mate slams on and hits him, but he's facing the wrong way. So as we've hit him, his arse ends up going through the windscreen. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, no way. Just like, shit. Like, and so my mate does. My mate looks, his arse is in the windscreen. There's like an arse shape in the windscreen. Yeah, with his arse in the windscreen. And my mate looks and goes, lad, he's got Levi jeans on. And I'm like, what? He goes, get your fucking snarl Levi jeans on me car, mate. Starts punching him in the arse cheek. What? So the fella's just like, and I'm thinking, lad, how fast was that? And he's like, lad, I only hit him about 20. I'm like, 20? So the fella's got up. I'm like, you alright? He's like, yeah. Sounds, I'm like, lad, you're alright? So he's like, yeah. So I said, where are we? Yeah. So I've just phoned an ambulance. I've just off a burner, obviously I had to lash the phone as well. Phoned an ambulance, like, yeah, I've just seen a fella there. I think he's been attacked by a couple of men. He's conscious, like proper helped him and all that. So then we're like, go ahead mate, see you later. He didn't even know what happened to him. But we've now got a crack in the windscreen, yeah, and we're about 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away, probably more, from home, with a crack, with a hole in the windscreen of like someone's ass. Bang on. But weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life. And I'm like, lad, we're going to have to ditch this car and get a new car. So they're like, sounds. So now, like, it's just gone pear-shaped, proper heavy. So we're flying in this car. And my mate's saying, lads, we'll front of me. I'm like, lad, we are not fronting this car on motorways back down to Liverpool. He's like, lad, listen to me, we are. He said, if we get pulled, we'll just bail. What have we got to lose? And I'm like, lad, I've got a lot to lose, actually. Fucking hell, come with you. So from the outer regions of Glasgow, yeah, by where all the country shit is, back to Switchy. We got to Switch Island in Liverpool, yeah, and just without any bother at all. He was like, no fucking way. So I'm like, what do we do with this car? He's like, we need to go and melt the car. So I'm like, wait, so we've melted the car, we've got somewhere where we went bang on. So squirt a bit of petty down where the visors and that go, the window wipers, and just light it. So that car's gone. So he's already on the phone getting us picked up in another car. So we get picked up and we get off, gets back home and that, yeah. It was just one of the most fucked up things you've ever seen. Like, just what a weird night that was, but fucking hell, mate. Funny though, but like, could have been well worse. It could have been like, how the fuck we got away with that, I'll never know.